All right, everyone, welcome back. Ready to unlock some serious Excel power on your Macs?
Absolutely. Let's get right into it.
Today, we're diving deep into the world of keyboard shortcuts in Mac Excel.
Yeah, those little key combinations that can seriously boost your spreadsheet game.
We're talking way beyond just the basics here.
Right. We want you to become like an Excel ninja.
Effortlessly navigating spreadsheets and crunching data with lightning speed.
Exactly. And I can't wait to share some of my favorite tips and tricks.
So, I think a lot of people are familiar with at least some shortcuts,
Yeah, for sure.
like the universal ones you see in tons of applications,
Mhm.
like CMD plus C to copy,
And of course,
CMD plus V to paste,
yep, those are the classics.
CMD plus Z for when you need to undo a little oopsie.
We've all been there.
But even those basic shortcuts can save you so much time.
They really can. It's incredible how much those little keystrokes add up.
It's like you're eliminating all that unnecessary back and forth between your keyboard and your mouse.
Exactly. You stay in the flow and your productivity just soars.
And speaking of staying in the flow,
Okay.
let's talk about some shortcuts that are specifically designed for working with data,
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
like CMD plus D to fill down
Oh, that's a good one.
and CMD plus R to fill, right?
I use those all the time.
These are absolute lifesavers when you're working with formulas or repetitive data entry.
Yeah, they can really speed up those tedious tasks.
Imagine you have a formula you need to apply to an entire column.
Oh, yeah, that's a perfect example.
Instead of manually typing it out in each cell,
Which would take forever.
you just hit CMD plus D and boom, it fills down the entire column in a flash.
Yeah, it's like magic.
And then, if you need to apply that same formula across multiple columns, you can just use CMD plus R to fill.
Exactly. You can literally fill out an entire table in seconds.
So powerful. And this is where things start to get really interesting,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
because you can start to combine these shortcuts.
Absolutely. That's where the real efficiency comes in.
You can chain them together to perform complex actions in just a few keystrokes.
It's like learning a secret language for Excel.
Okay, now let's dive into some shortcuts that might be a little less familiar to some people.
Okay, let's uncover some hidden gems.
First up, we have KMD plus 1 for formatting cells.
Ah, yes. This one's a powerhouse.
I have to admit, I tend to rely on the menus and toolbars for formatting,
I get it. It's what most people are used to.
but I'm starting to see how KMD plus 1 could be a major time saver.
It really is. Think of it as your direct shortcut to every formatting option you could possibly need.
Wow. Okay, so we're talking font styles, colors, borders, number formats, everything.
Everything. Instead of clicking through multiple menus, you just hit Sim and D plus one, and bam, you have all those options right at your fingertips.
Okay, I'm definitely going to have to start using that one.
It'll change your life.
Now, what about CMD plus Shift plus F?
Ah, yes. This one's for applying and removing filters.
Filters, those are essential for working with large data sets, right?
Absolutely. If you have a massive spreadsheet with tons of data, filters are your best friend.
They help you narrow down the information and focus on what's important.
Exactly. You can quickly isolate specific entries, analyze trends, and really dig into the insights your data has to offer.
And with CMD plus Shift plus F, you can apply or remove those filters in a snap.
Yeah, it's super efficient.
You know, I use the go-to command all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's Control plus G or F5.
Yeah, the other one works.
But I've honestly never thought about it as a way to navigate large data sets.
Oh, it's perfect for that. Instead of endlessly scrolling through rows and columns, you can just jump directly to the cell you need.
It's like having a teleportation device for your spreadsheet.
Exactly. Think of it as your personal spreadsheet GPS.
All right, now for the shortcut, that really piqued my curiosity.
Okay, hit me with it.
Option plus F11 to open Visual Basic.
Ah, yes, the realm of automation.
I know this is where things get really powerful,
It definitely is.
but I also have to admit it feels a little intimidating.
I understand that. It's a whole other level of Excel, but it's not as scary as it might seem.
So what kind of things can we do with Visual Basic?
Well, with Visual Basic, you can essentially create your own custom Excel tools and automate repetitive tasks.
Whoa, that sounds amazing, but also a little bit over my head.
Let me give you an example. Say you have a spreadsheet with hundreds of product entries and you need to calculate discounts based on different criteria.
Okay, I could see how that would be a lot of manual work.
It would be. With Visual Basic, you could write a script to automate that entire process, saving you hours of time and effort.
So it's like teaching Excel to do those tasks for you.
Exactly. And once you have that script, you can reuse it for similar tasks in the future.
So the more you learn about Visual Basic, the more you can automate and streamline your workflow.
Precisely. It's like unlocking a whole new level of Excel mastery.
So for our listeners who are maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by all these shortcuts,
I get it. It can be a lot to take in.
what would you say is the most important takeaway from our deep dive today?
I would say the key is to start small. Don't try to learn every shortcut all at once.
That's good advice.
Pick one or two that you think would be really helpful in your daily work and focus on mastering those.
Right. Build up your shortcut vocabulary gradually.
Exactly. And as you get more comfortable, you can start exploring more advanced shortcuts and even combining them to create your own powerful workflows.
It's like a journey of continuous Excel improvement.
That's a great way to put it. And the more you learn, the more efficient and productive you'll become.
It's almost like those shortcuts are a secret weapon for Excel users.
They really are. They allow you to work faster, smarter, and with more confidence.
So what if our listeners challenge themselves to learn just one new Excel shortcut each week?
That's a fantastic idea.
Think about how much they could accomplish in just a few months.
They'd be Excel masters in no time.
Exactly. So to all our listeners out there, I encourage you to start exploring those shortcuts and see how they can transform your Excel experience.
It's definitely worth the effort.
And thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Mac Excel shortcuts.
It's been a pleasure sharing these tips with you.
Until next time, keep excelling.
Haha. See you then.